Hey guys, review time. Got a problem to solve here. Going to take you through a product review to see if it'll accomplish that. We've got a THULE T2 Pro XTR. This is a bicycle rack, and the T2 Pro add-on XT. Now, here's what I needed to accomplish. I've got an off-road vehicle, many of you do. Mine looks just like this, more or less. It's a Toyota FJ, only it's a little bigger than this one. And I've got some bicycles, and I needed to be able to transport 3 or 4 bikes. I want to do it from the hitch receiver on the back of the vehicle, all right? And I need to be able to make sure that those bikes don't hit or come into contact with the spare tire. Now, a lot of you guys have off-road vehicles. If you have an FJ, the spare tire is mounted on the back just like this. You Jeep owners, a lot of you have the same scenario where your spare tire is carried on the back of the vehicle. So an important factor on this bike carrier is, am I going to be able to do this and leave my spare tire where it is? We're going to find out coming up right after this. So before we get started with the actual installation here, a couple things to note. This is actually 2 components. You don't have to buy them together. So the T2 Pro XTR comes by itself, and then the add-on will get you an additional 2 bikes. So each one of these by themselves will do 2 bicycles. So the T2 Pro XTR, 2 bikes, and then the add-on, 2 more bikes. This is what's referred to as a platform carrier. Now that means the bikes actually sit down on a platform, and the support is done on the bottom of the bicycles. And this is my preference. I've got other ones, and the thing I don't like about the ones that are pole-based is the bikes kind of dangle, and they can bump into each other when you go over bumps if they're not secured, or they tend to bounce around a little more. Platform carriers tend to be a little bit more stable as far as the bikes are concerned. So those were kind of the factors in me looking in this direction. All right, now let's get started. All right, guys, so I got it out of the box and I got the first part in, and I wanted to stop and just show you something because this is a good sign. So first of all, this is really easy to put in, and I just wanted to show you. You take this, you slide it into the receiver, you line up the pinhole, the hitch pinhole here, and you put that lock in. Now, this does come with a key lock system. I'll get to that later. I'll get that installed in a minute. But then we have it secure in here. These are the first 2 bike platforms right here and right here. So you can see, so far so good. I've got a pretty good amount of clearance from this back tire here. Pretty happy about that. So also wanted to just point out quickly, this is not light. I mean, you can pick it up by yourself, but I wouldn't consider it light. It's not heavy, but it's considerable. So they put wheels on the bottom here so that you don't have to carry it for long periods of time. You can drop it right out of the hitch, and you've got wheels if you need them. All right, guys, so we got the first carrier done, which again is for 2 bikes. And I can tell you definitively at this point that you're gonna be able to get this carrier on an FJ with a spare tire without any issues. Now, I'll give you measurements here in just a second for those of you that want to know clearance, but also wanted to mention, and we'll give you a second shot here of this, that you're going to have pretty good amount of clearance between that back spare tire and the first bike. But this is kind of what I was going for here. There's a lot of space in between, and they're not going to bang up against each other, which is a big deal to me. All right, so this will give you a little bit of an idea of the gap and the kind of the view in between here. See that I've got a lot of space here. I mean, if you want to know specifically, and this pedal can be moved around, but you're basically looking at about 4.5 inches of clearance there for me. I do realize that some of you may not want to go with the extra add-on, but for those of you that do, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, guys. Just wanted to follow up with the extension. We had to wait out a little bit of a rain situation, and of course a wardrobe change after that. So I have added the other 2 carriers on. Now this is the extension, and it's actually pretty simple to attach. There's a couple bolts here that you have to replace. There are longer bolts in the kit that come with the extension, and you pop off the cap and you swap all that out, and it's not too bad. It does make this thing considerably heavier. It's not awful, but again, it's a little bit to lift. So I wanted to just show you what this looks like with four platform bike racks on it. And also, hey, it's folded up. So we talked about carrying the bikes in the folded down state, but good news, if you want to fold this thing up, you can. And let me show you what it looks like real quick with the platform fully extended. So here we go. So that's it all the way out. And as you can see, there's plenty of clearance here. And if you've got a Jeep or something like this Toyota FJ with a tire on the back, you can even fold this thing up when it's not in use and it'll work for you. That was almost a blooper. All right, so there it is, folding it up in action, and I didn't lose any fingers. If this video has been helpful to you, we would appreciate very much you hitting that subscribe button, clicking the bell, telling a friend about us for sure. Check out our website at partscounterguru.com. We've got a podcast, and you can find out information about it over there, as well as all kinds of other great stuff. And again, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, take care.
Also, sorry again that the video is shaky because the bugs are biting me a lot.